Do you like mystery or do you prefer history? Either way, we've probably got both in this Fairfield mystery box. It is a jumbo box, and for those of you who've never been here before, well, Fairfield Company produces cards, or not doesn't produce cards, produces these boxes that are random cards and sometimes packs that you're able to get, and it's usually older players. But let's see how we do in this one here. I think we have a pack. I'm not sure what that is on the bottom. But hopefully we get something that's decent. Yeah, every once in a while we get the odd autograph in it. And this one here looks like we have a Elite Extra Edition pack. So that's somewhat decent. You can sometimes find hits in those. So let's get it going here. We got Antonio Senzatella of the Colorado Rockies. There is from the Ryan Express, that is Nolan Ryan. So we'll count the Hall of Famers over on this side over here because that's not so bad. There is a Gregor Blanco of the San Francisco Giants. So some new cards right out of the gate here. Who is Ryan Hannigan? Well, that is the Boston Red Sox. That's from Heritage, kind of cool. Reggie Jefferson with his days with the Cleveland Indians, Topps Gold. Interesting. There's Scott Aldred from the Detroit Tigers, followed up with Jody Davis, a catcher from the Cubs. There's Kent Tekulve. Had to be one of the most boring people I've ever heard speak. Kent Tekulve could put an entire room to sleep. Philadelphia Phillies. Jose Vidro in the Montreal Expos. That's a bazooka card up in the corner there. That's kind of cool. There is another Montreal Expo in Gabe White, but it says Cincinnati Reds down here, so that's kind of strange. What else do we have as we carry on here? There's Todd Zeile in a Chicago Cubs uniform. And then we have to flip it over because we got another Expo in Zane Smith. And then we flip it around and we got the wrong Griffey. Well, maybe we'll flip a bunch around. We got the wrong Griffey, or maybe the right Griffey. It was the one who produced Ken Griffey, and that would be Ken Griffey Sr., who produced Ken Griffey Jr. There's Glenn Davis with the Astros. There's Felix Fermin of the Indians. And then we got to flip it around. Who do we have? What Mariner is this? It is Seth Smith for Seattle. There is Joe McGrain of the Angels. And then again, we're flipping it around. That's the one thing I hate about this is you got to keep flipping the cards back and forth. There's Darren Dalton. I had a pretty cool story about him. I remember when he was going through a divorce with his wife. She was the poster child for Hooters because she was a Hooters girl. And her poster or her billboard was up at the vet. So every time he came to bat, he had to look up at his soon-to-be ex-wife parading herself as the Hooters advertisement. There is a checklist. Anybody needs a checklist from 1993, let us know. Storm Davis of the Athletics. There is Sean Burnett, a prospect of the Pittsburgh Pirates. We flip it over and we've got a Toronto Blue Jay. That is a Stadium Club card of Todd Stottlemyre. Got to say, the one thing Stadium Club has done is they've kept the good stuff all the way along. Who's this Battle? I'm not sure who that Battle is of. The Battle is, it's a prospect checklist, and it is Howard Battle on the front. Although some of the players on the back, like Sean Green, Carlos Delgado, Rob Butler, and maybe even Steve Carsey had more of a career that I can remember of the Battle. There is Andre Keene. That is a Giants top prospect from Upper Deck. There is Bo Jones, a lefty from the Atlanta Braves. And who do we have over on this side? Well, we've got a Bowman Chrome of Jesus Guzman. So Jesus Guzman, we got another Bowman Chrome. That's kind of interesting. Some old Bowman Chrome. Brian Grace. Is he a New York Yankee? It looks like he is. Texas Ranger Michael Young. He had a pretty good career. He was originally taken by the Toronto Blue Jays, if I'm not mistaken. What's up with his X on Texas? Then we got Jeff Montgomery. He had a few good years as closer for the Kansas City Royals. We have to flip it around again. And you got Pedro Guerrero of the St. Louis Cardinals. There's Stan Javier of the Dodgers. We flip it upside down, and you got Lance Johnson for the Chicago White Sox. There's Mike Benjamin of the Giants. Looks like we have a run of Upper Deck here. Kyle Abbott was once a prospect, never really panned out. Then you got Jack Howell. I remember seeing Jack Howell play in the Mexican League years ago. And then we flip it over, and you've got yourself Al Osuna, pitcher for Houston. There's Roger Mason. He was a one-time Detroit Tiger. That's him in the Mets uniform. There is a minor league card of the Tidewater Ball Club. That is Julian Vasquez. So they even slip a minor league one in here on us as well. Flip it around again, another New York Met, and that is Brooke Fordyce. Kevin Moss looked like he was going to be the heir apparent to Don Mattingly, and that heir only lasted a couple of years. And then we end with a Bernie Williams, rookie prospect. There you go, Bernie Williams. He had a pretty good career. I don't know why he's not often talked about for the Hall of Fame, but that is Bernie. And now we're going to finish it off with our pack of cards. And the pack is that Elite Extra Edition. So how do we do in the Elite Extra Edition? Well, let's see first of all if we could get into it. A little bit of a battle here. Not like that John battle from the Blue Jays. So what do we have for this? Well, maybe we got a bunch of nobodies. Maybe we got a couple of somebodies. I want to see who the first one is here, and that is Chris Ellis, pitcher for Los Angeles. Jose Trevino, Texas, third base. Oh, we got a prospect. Who is the prospect here from 2014? Was he any good? Looks like a pitcher. Looks like it was a numbered card. And it's Carlos Rodon. Carlos Rodon's not bad. So a decent prospect at that point in time. So card number 24 out of 100. It's a die-cut card. And of course, Rodon is currently with the Yankees. There's Dean Kuykheffer. And we finish it off with an Arizona pitcher of Cody Reed. So I don't know, was that one of the better cards in the pack? A Carlos Rodon of course, he was a one-time White Sox, and with Chicago, of course, numbered out of 100, and now with the New York Yankees. So maybe it wasn't so bad after all. And on the back, you can see a little bit about Rodon, and if you want to pause it, you can read about him. And Keith Law wrote about him, best pitching tools in the 2014. Anyways, there you go. All right, everybody, thanks again for watching. We'll do another one of these when we have some time. So Carlos Rodon, the best one, maybe over top of Nolan Ryan, at least worth value of the card.